It was the year 1929, a time when America was drowning in the Great Depression. Money was gone, hope was fading, and fear walked through every street like a silent ghost. But in a small, fog-covered town called Harrington, Massachusetts, one family seemed untouchable by the misery of the world. The Holloways. Richard Holloway, a blacksmith, his hands carved from fire and steel. Margaret Holloway, the heart of the family, known for her soft voice and the lullabies she sang to her children. And then there were the kids, William, Alice, and little Henry, a picture of innocence, a picture of love. They lived in a wooden farmhouse, surrounded by endless fields and dark forests. To the outside world, they were perfect, a family that had it all. Smiles at the market, singing in church on Sundays, warm dinners every evening. But what no one knew is that perfection can sometimes hide the darkest cracks. On the night of October 17th, 1929, everything changed. Neighbors remember the night as unnaturally quiet. The wind itself seemed to die. The Holloway house had its lamps glowing, food steaming on the table, but no one inside. The chairs were pulled back, as if the family had left in the middle of dinner. A baby's blanket lay crumpled on the floor. And from that night onward, the Holloways were gone, vanished. The town was in shock. Search parties stormed the woods. Dogs picked up scents that led into the swamps, but every trail ended the same way, dead. Some claimed they saw lanterns bobbing between the trees at night. Others swore they heard screams, swallowed by the howl of the wind. But the farmhouse kept its own secrets. Weeks later, when the house was checked again, neighbors swore something impossible. The food on the table looked fresh, steam still rising, as if the family had just stepped away only moments before. And late at night, some claimed they heard Margaret's lullabies echoing through the empty fields. So I'll ask you, what do you think? Backhand index pointing right, were the Holloways kidnapped? Backhand index pointing right, did they run into the woods to escape something worse? Backhand index pointing right. Or was there something already inside that house? Old Town records revealed a chilling truth. The land where the Holloways built their home was cursed. In the 1700s, settlers used that very soil as a burial ground. Dozens of unmarked graves lay beneath the fields. Some said the Holloways had disturbed the dead, that the land itself had claimed them. Hunters who entered those woods later spoke of shadows moving in the fog. A tall figure that stood still, watching, before vanishing without a trace. And each of them, no matter how brave, admitted one thing. We felt like someone was walking right behind us. Decades passed. No bodies. No graves. Nothing. It was as though the Holloways had been erased from time itself. But here's where it gets even darker. In 1947, the farmhouse mysteriously burned to the ground. No cause was ever found. And yet, some locals swore that in the flames, they saw shapes. The outline of a man at the window, a woman holding a baby, children screaming, and then silence. The house was gone, but not the story. Because even today, when the fog is heavy, travelers claim they see it again. The Holloway farmhouse standing tall in the fields like a ghost. Inside it, a family of shadows waiting for anyone foolish enough to enter. So let me ask you, backhand index pointing right, if you had been their neighbor that night, would you have dared to follow the lantern lights into the woods? Backhand index pointing right, do you believe this was a crime? A kidnapping? Or something much older, a curse? Backhand index pointing right, if a family can disappear without a trace, leaving behind food still warm, what explanation makes sense to you? Backhand index pointing right, would you spend one night in the ruins of the Holloway land? Knowing what people still claim to hear? Backhand index pointing right. And most importantly, what do you think really happened to the Holloways? Comment your thoughts below. Tell me what country you're watching from, because I want to know how far this mystery reaches. And if you want more dark stories like this, subscribe. Because the Holloways may be gone, but they're not forgotten. And neither are the shadows that might still be watching us, even now.